apply to Har Habayit, but just Nukudal Machshava, some food for thought. So Gemara talks about the following case. Goyim come and attack a Jewish town on Shabbat. So the Gemara says, and the Shulchan Aruch and Shin Chavtet quotes us all, that if they're coming just for money, you're not allowed to machalo Shabbat. If you somehow know that they're only there for money. If you're in safek, any kind of doubt, then you can and must be machalel Shabbat, take out the weapons, the swords, the knives, the guns, the bombs, whatever's needed to kill them and stop them before they come to you. And if you know they are coming for the attack, then of course you can and must defend yourself on Shabbat. Then the Gemara, the Rishonim, and the Shulchan Aruch in Shin Chavtet says, what if the city is a border city? It's on the border between the Gentile city and the Jewish city. And you have a whole bunch of Jewish towns, and this is the border town, and they're coming to attack. But they're only coming for money. Somehow you know they're only there for money. Shulchan Aruch says it doesn't make a difference. In this case, you take your weapons, take arms, and defend yourself, and do whatever's needed to neutralize the enemy. Why? So the Rashi says, and the Mishnah Berurah quotes it, that once they come to a border town, even if they're coming for money, that's just a stepping stone to go further and invade the Jewish land even more, and that needs to be stopped. And on Shabbat, even on Shabbat, one must pick up weapons and do whatever needs to be done so that they don't advance. So it's an interesting question. This is not halacha l'maaseh, but it's an interesting question regarding the Har Habayit, where they are taking over Har Habayit. Our enemies are taking over Har Habayit. Is that a border town? And is it a town that from there, they're just going to go further and further? And as long as they think they have conquest over there, they have confidence, and who knows what that's going to result in. And therefore, we must go ahead and fight in any means possible to take the Har Habayit back. So this may not be as black and white as the border town where they are coming with weapons and they're just going to go from there on. Here, it may be more subtle, may take more time. But if you just think of it, after 67, they were in awe of us. They were petrified, the enemies. But once they took hold of certain things, they realized they could throw rocks, fire bombs at our cars, invade our villages, and they're declaring, of course, Har Habayit is theirs. Who knows where it all leads to? So it may not be from day 1 to 2 to 3, maybe more subtle, but it's quite possible that in addition to all the other reasons that we discussed regarding taking over the Har Habayit and reclaiming it, mitzvah kivush haaretz, lo techanem, l'shechlo tidushu avata shama, davening to Hashem, the most important place in the world, the most efficacious place down to Hashem. In addition to all the different reasons that we discussed, another fact to take into consideration is the idea that if they have control over this, this is their launching pad for control over Israel. And it's a declaration by them that the Jews have no connection to the holy place that they claim to. Who knows what that will lead to? And maybe it's considered a village, a border village, regarding this specific halacha. Some food for thought. Shalom.